Okay, moving right along with our coronavirus Bible study in the book of Job. Job is having a really hard time. I mean, he's just really having a hard time. Um, I've had moments like this, and if I hang in there, it'll pass. I'm sure everybody's had moments like this. And I know I have some people in my life that loathe me. They don't like me, so they loathe me. My very image is a blight to all of humanity because I'm so horrible, 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 horrible. Look at this. Ugh. Horrible, rotten person. I'm not supposed to smile at all because I'm such a horrible, rotten person that I shouldn't be happy, according to certain people in my past, in my family. I love them dearly. I do. I love my family. I get tired of them picking on me when they're not perfect themselves either. Yeah, yep. Anyways, chapter 10, the book of Job. I loathe my very life. Therefore I will give free rein to my complaint and speak out in the bitterness of my soul. I will say to God, do not condemn me, but tell me what charges you have against me. Does it please you to oppress me, to spurn the work of your hands, while you smile on the schemes of the wicked? Do you have eyes of flesh? Do you see as mortals see? Are your days like those of a mortal, or your years like those of a man, that you must search out my faults and probe after my sin? Though you know I am not guilty, and no one can rescue me from your hand. Your hands shaped me. Your hands shaped me. Your words have shaped me. The people in my life, their words have shaped me. They've helped shape who I am. Your hands shaped me and made me. Will you now turn and destroy me? I could probably sue the entire state of Oregon for producing me. And then turn it around and destroy me. Remember that you molded me like clay, God. Will you now turn me to dust again? I love that word, dust. God. I mean, my house is, I gotta dust my house, but, dust. Don't you love the word dust? Dust for fingerprints. Dust your nose. That's called powder your nose. Stardust. Dusty. That's a nice name. Dusty. I went to school, I think, with a Dusty. Why would anyone want to name their kid Dusty? I mean, Wild West, all that dust. Dust Bowl. Super Bowl. I mean, that's the football. Yeah, dust. Dust is just everywhere. We have allergies and allergens in dust. And I've got a lot of my children's stuff that I'd like for them to come and get that's getting dusty. Will you turn me to dust again? Yes, you will get turned to dust again, and then you'll get recycled into the earth somehow, some way, some shape, and then you'll get to continue to live on the earth just in a different form. That's how recycling humans works. Did you not pour me out like milk and curdle me like cheese? Yeah, I produced lots of milk too. Most women do who are mothers. We're like milk cows. And I was poured out. Did you not pour me out like milk and curdle me like cheese and clothe me with skin and flesh and knit me together with bones and sinews? You gave me life and showed me kindness, and in your providence watched over my spirit. But this is what you concealed in your heart, and I know that this was in your mind. If I sinned, you would be watching me and would not let my offense go unpunished. There, I've been punished. Damn. I mean, I have been tackled to the pavement by a woman on drugs trying to pound my head into the pavement. Talk about a punishment from God. She only spent 4 days in jail, by the way. And then she was released to continue on with her life. Huh? Huh? I've never done that to anybody, nor would I. I've been punished so severely that I don't quite think my punishment matches my crimes, but I guess in some people's minds they do. And they have the right to retain whatever image they want of me and their memories and videotape me and whatever. I've got some videotape evidence as well. If I am guilty, woe to me. Even if I am innocent, I cannot lift my head, for I am full of shame and drowned in my affliction. I actually once almost drowned under a dock, swimming with my best friend Lisa in grade school. Her mother wasn't home. She was probably sitting at a bar. She was a barfly. Her mother was. And also, my parents would let me spend the night out at her lake house quite often, where we were left alone without any parental supervision. I could have drowned under that dock, and had I drowned under that dock, it would have been sad and tragic, but I would have never grown up to become a mother, which is also sad and tragic. I would have never met my first husband, or my first boyfriend, or my current husband, or any of my friends, or anybody. I would have never written any poetry. I've never written anything. I'd never gone to school. I would have never gone to college. I would have never been able to continue to live had I drowned in my affliction. But God rescued me, and I somehow didn't drown. If I hold my head high, you stalk me like a lion, and again display your awesome power against me. It's like there's no getting away from God, I guess. Doesn't matter if you walk around with your head hung down or you walk around with your head held high. If you know what you've done and what you haven't done, and you haven't done anything that atrocious and horrible, then you should be able to walk around with your head held high. If you've done something horrible, rotten, like you've killed somebody, or you've raped somebody, or molested somebody, or whatever, then you probably should feel some shame. Yeah, and if you get a DUI, I mean, you definitely should be in jail. I'm obviously not in jail. If I'm going to, these days, if I'm going to do any drinking, I drink as responsibly as I possibly can. And leave everyone alone. Yep. And I have a very limited amount to relax with, because that's just my adult right living in America. My sister gets to drink like a fish if she chooses. So do you if you choose. It's just what you do. And how much moderation. If you want to smoke like a chimney, you can. It's legal. You're not helping the air quality and you're not helping your lungs, but you get to. If you want to cuss like a sailor, you fucking get to, because we live in a land where people cuss. Shit, God damn it. And if you're a Christian who doesn't, and you're sensitive, then you get to be sensitive. You just get to. You get to be whoever you are. And then you die. Anyways, if I hold my head high, you stalk me like a lion, and again display your awesome power against me. You bring new witnesses against me and increase your anger towards me. Your forces come against me, wave upon wave. Do not turn your back to the waves when you're at the beach, especially in Oregon. There's sneaker waves. So I accidentally turned my back on that woman, trying to use social distancing, trying to distance myself from her. And she really wanted to give me a message. Yes, she really wanted to give me a message from God, that God wants to kill me. You know you're looking into the eyes of God when you are looking into the eyes of a crazy, psychopathic bitch on drugs, and she says she's going to fuck you up, and she means it. She means it. And you can sense that rising sense of fear, like, why? Why? I haven't done anything to you and I've never met you before, so why? God, why me? Okay, why? Why then did you bring me out of the womb? Why? I wish I had died before any eye saw me. If only I had never come into being, or had been carried straight from the womb to the grave. Are not my few days almost over? Turn away from me so I can have a moment's joy before I go to the place of no return, to the land of gloom and deep shadow. Oh my God. I've got a lot to say about that one. To the land of deepest night, of deep shadow and disorder, where even the light is like darkness. Wow, that is giving me PTSD flashbacks from my childhood. Just leave me alone so I can have a moment's joy. I want to go climb a tree and read a book, and just leave me alone so I can write a story or write my poetry and be at peace, or do whatever is peaceful. Leave me alone. And then you guys go be depressed, because I've had enough of it in my lifetime. I grew up in depression. My parents came out of a Great Depression, and my mom was traumatized, and my dad drank beer at night, and he read his Bible and watched the news and waited for the end of the world. My mom smoked cigarettes and worked hard. They were both very hard workers, logger and housekeeper. Hard workers. Very humble too. They didn't indulge a lot in much of anything. I learned to make up stories so I could laugh. You know, being raised poor, you get to be creative. My dad invented a lot of really cool things, like his throne. He had his own throne he built out of cardboard, great big chunk of cardboard, and cut out a seat and covered it with green indoor-outdoor grass carpeting, plastic grass carpeting, and plunked it right in the living room next to the wood stove. That was embarrassing. Junior high, bringing my friends home. This is my dad's chair. Let's keep going. Big brother that picked on me and my friends. I have fun stories of that one. Sleeping outside in a tent, an army tent in the backyard. I actually, truly do have fun stories. I had a fun childhood. It was different than a lot of kids get to have today. But I'm thankful for it. I had good parents. They weren't perfect, but they were good. They were good parents. Unlike my first husband's, I don't think he had a good experience as a kid. No. But hopefully, in at least the earlier part of our marriage, he had a better experience of life than he may have had otherwise with a different kind of woman. Hopefully. I do know I gave him a lot of sex. I'm sure he had to have fun with that. I mean, what man wouldn't want that kind of, daily shit, almost. We had a lot of fun. We were really young when we got married, though. 19 and 20. That's really, really young. In this day and age, it's really young. Yeah, we didn't know what we were doing. Oh my God, what did we do?